played windups today. How did that go for you? Obviously well.
Yeah.
Think about it. How did that go?
Well.
Okay. How'd you go day one?
Day one, lately I've had this curse of I can't win round one of any event, and I won round one. The curse is broken. I lost round two. I won 7 in a row. So I go on day two. I have to win one. And I lose the first round, and I'm like, oh, this is really bad. And then round 11 I win. So that was cool.
So let me ask you a question. I mean, out of choosing windups, of course, to play as the deck that you made for this YCS, you didn't feel any pressure that there would be more than just one windup player being here, because you know this deck is broke as fuck. Like, you didn't feel any pressure that you would have to have the mindset to play in a mirror match and actually try to beat them?
I mean, there's always pressure of whoever you're gonna play, but as far as this deck goes, I think a lot of people are a little, like, their builds are a little, different, but the deck, I think, is built to do one thing, and that's loop the hand, and all the exceed monsters are broken, all the level 3s, and if you could consistently bring those out, like this deck does, then, and this card too. This deck could lose, it could open amazing, but if you don't open this card,
Maxi.
Shout out to Maxi. Shout out to Maxi.
Expensive. Okay, so let's get into the deck. I'll go pop up a couple more questions later.
Alright, so my deck. What do you want to do? Monsters first?
No, we go monsters.
Alright, well, I guess that's how it works. Alright, Maxi, you need 3 of them specifically for this deck. If anyone opens cards and plays them, they can kill your entire hand, and you don't have Maxi and you're going to lose the duel. So you need that. You need 3 tour guides, because that make carrier, get all the loop going. Corpus puts the carrier back. It continues to loop to kill an extra card out of their hand. These things. I signed this one because I sacked it right when I needed it. And Joe Bogley signed this one because him and I signed cards for each other because we friggin' play a million games. We test all the time together. This combo is broken. You do both of them. A lot of people don't understand the concept of when you activate Shark, you should chain Magician. People activate Maxi before you activate the Magician effect. So instead of drawing 2, they just draw 1. You set up back row, and then they're tight. They could add a +1 on you. But here we go. This guy's good. This guy kills the hand, which is a pretty important part of the deck. This guy brings out this guy, and this guy kills the hand. That's all. I mean, this guy stalls and brings out carriers. I like how I'm calling this guy. I should probably give you the names, but we just do this guy.
Just say Mega Rabbit from Mega Man, because that's what it looks like. Seriously, dude, it looks like something from Mega Man.
Shark is, they're all broken. I think Shark's probably my favorite, because he's just everywhere. If you open Tour Guide, if you open Rat, Magician, anything, Shark is just there to complete the loop.
Yeah, that's pretty important, I think, for the deck.
Yeah, the loop is very important for a deck. Spells, Black Whirlwind. No, this. I don't know why this is at 3.
It's Whirlwind on crack, yeah.
It's Whirlwind on crack.
Yeah.
Taking over for Stunzer's support in this interview would be. How are you?
All the basic stuff. Heavy Storm. Triple MST. You don't want anything disturbing the loop. So if they have any back row, 1 warning could ruin the loop. That's all back row, not Maxi wise. Book's broken, Mind Control, Pot of Avarice. It's all broken stuff. But the questionable stuff that a lot of people were asking me about is 3 smashing.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
That is 4 rabbit.
You're maining it.
I'm maining 3 of them.
Well, that's pretty impressive. But you saw a lot of rabbit today, so.
I did. And people see this deck and they go, oh, Doka will end the duel, but it won't when you draw and activate Smashing Ground. And now they just took a big minus. And then you do your loop, you kill all their cards, and you're good money. And this card Nizar, my teammate, hates me for this card. We were in the hotel last night, and he was screaming at me. Instant Fusion, you will not make top 32 because of Instant Fusion. This card is the best Yu-Gi-Oh card. You can't just play it. You can't just go. Maxi. Oh, you lose. That's a -1. You're not going to exceed because you're going to go minus, and thing's going to die, and then just draw a card for free. So, +1 for them. This card, you have to draw out their Maxi or do enough with your loop to understand that they don't have Maxi, and then when you play it, after, you know, if you get the loop and you just enter the hunter on the field and you tribute the carrier, now the loop's over. Now you can't do anything. Now all their cards are gone out of their hand. I was gonna play 3, but with all the, you know, Maxi, it's just one of those cards because you can only play 1 per turn, so you don't want to be like Instant Fusion, draw all of them, and have to step up.
So was that card like never a dead draw at all?
Not really. I mean, it's level 5 Instant Fusion. Oh, now you have a broken exceed. Level 5. Now I have this card in my hand I have Magician in my hand with nothing else. Draw Instant Fusion. Now I have a Utopia on the field. Utopia beaten again, you know, he does stuff. And then as far as traps go, I sided a Compulse, a Debunk, 2 Decrees, and 3 Shadow Mirror. But this is really all you need against anything. I mean, I sided Torrential too, but it's just you want the loop.
Like, why no Kitty? Like Kitty?
No Kitty?
Yeah.
The Kitty doesn't really do anything. I mean, he's adorable, but he I don't know.
Why the 2 Hunter and 2 Rabbit instead of 3 Rabbit, 1 Hunter?
A lot of people ask me that, actually.
I think, like, well, this is my answer. I could be wrong, but would you go 2-2 just for consistency because, like, it would be too much and you don't want to open dead with it?
What happens is, Rabbit is such a good card. It's so versatile and it helps get the loop, it helps stall and do shit, but it's one of those cards that you don't want to draw these cards together. And if you're playing 3, 3, and 3,
that makes sense.
Then you're drawing them, and now you're going, oh, you know, you have a Logia, you're doing your loop, summon, attack, oh, I don't want to go minus, remove it from play, take damage, next turn draw. You know, by now they have back rows. It becomes every turn, just, you know, you don't want to exceed with them all the time because your effects are too good. But, I mean, they are there for exceeding too. But when you remove it, you start taking damage. I just don't want to be in my hand all the time. I like opening with 1. I like opening these cards. I love opening Shark and Magician. But
Dude.
yeah, I mean, you know, that's what it does. They're broken.
I had to say. Alright, so what was your toughest matchup today? Like, of all?
Of all?
Yeah, like, top table, everyone's watching you. Like, what was the toughest matchup?
I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I was so in the moment of, like, you know, oh yeah, I know I'm back at the top tables, no. Because I got, like, regional tops and stuff, so I like the attention. I like when people are watching me. But, you
got 5 cameras on.
You gotta be honest about it, right? But it all started happening so fast. After I topped, I was just like, I topped. All right, this is good. Now 2 in a row. Nats coming off of, and now this is 2nd in a row. And I was satisfied with that. I was like, now that I'm here, I came in at 25th. Now that I'm here, I might as well, you know, make the most out of it. I played wind-up matchup. I won the die roll, and I looped his hand. And then game 2, he didn't open the loop, and I'm not gonna say I outplayed him, but I played my cards right, I guess you could say, and ended up winning. And then in top 16, I played a Rabbit player, and I 2-0'd him, but he was really good. Not to give myself more credit, but he was good. And top 8, I lost game 1 to Rabbit, and I was like, you know, I really don't want to lose in top 8. I want to, you know, win the whole thing. And after he won game 1, I looped his hand game 2, and then game 3, he didn't open too broken, and I ended up winning that. I had Shark reboard, and then I started looping, and then I didn't know, I actually didn't loop. I was stalling, I think, and I gave him one turn, and he drew and had 4 cards in hand and didn't do anything. And then when he passed, I just gave him the next turn. He had a max seed, he chained it, but he had a fiendish chain, so I knew he didn't have gores. His life points were low enough to the point that I just started attacking for game. And then in top 4, that's the feature match. I absolutely drew like the worst cards you could draw. He won the dial. Rush Rhino, back rows. I drew 2 Maxis in this card. Maxi in this against TGs with no wind-up monsters. So I'm just saying, alright, you know, game 2 outside my decrees. And I got my decree off, and he has all these back rows, and he's looking, and he's like, wow, I'm going to lose. And then he went draw, MST, and then I lost. So
I'm kind of glad I got this interview because, like it was all fun, but the future match, it's nice to just read everything that happened play by play, but it's 10 times more effective to actually get it from the player themselves.
yeah.
So that's what I do like. But yeah, the ban list is coming up. That's the last question I have. I always give someone a final random question, but it has to be important. The ban list. We all think it's confirmed. It is confirmed now. What do you feel about the ban list?
It is the worst list.
Wait. Have you read what Konami posted earlier? They said this is partially the correct list, but we have until the 1st to completely confirm it.
They said the list was rushed out or whatever, so they said this is the list, but we hold the right to make changes up to March.
Well, if they make changes, let's God forbid that this, that shit, something goes on the fucking list.
Just
I'm not
hit
mad.
Hunter.
I'm not mad.
I mean,
something better going on. Yes, you know this shit is so gay.
It's okay. I mean,
You is lying.
This is a dice roll
You is lying.
deck. If windups go first, you're screwed.
if
you don't
have
it's either Hunter ban or Carrier at 1. I mean, Hunter ban, then you have to learn how to play a deck without just killing all the cards you know. Which is still, I think it's still a good deck.
This is like
it's like 50% without Hunter.
This is basically Sabres. I don't care. It's just Sabres. Just faster and better.
Dude, Sabres and oh my god, Saber, Cold Wave Sabres with Rescue Cat. That was the Cold Wave, Kitty.
So,
All your back
I
rows
guess
are
in
dead.
comparison, you can actually compare this back to the old days of X-Sabers. I mean, it's just one of those decks that
I've
come
got a
out.
quick question for you. So Billy Break, I think he was playing wind-ups without Factory, and he's playing like Thunder Kings and stuff.
Yep.
Do you think that the deck needs to focus on the loop?
Absolutely.
Do you think it's a hurt dirt deck, or do you think the deck takes skill to play?
I think it takes skill to an extent. I think every deck. I mean, this format, you know, Rabbit. I think. I think.
Yeah.
It all starts with how you build the deck.
Right.
So whatever cards you put in the deck, it's going to affect how well you play it.
Right.
Like if you're putting in stupid cards, you're going to draw them and go, oh, well, how come I keep losing? Well, because you're playing stupid cards. And it's like, so people are putting in, I think his deck consisted of no factories. I think I heard Thunder Kings, BLS, stuff like that. But that's not what it's supposed to do. Like, I guess that's what would happen should they limit Carrier or ban Hunter. You would be forced to play something like of that nature. But right now, when you have this, you can play these cards and you proceed to win, I guess, until you lose the TGs in top 4. But
Definitely works for you. The smashing is hot tech.
I love this.
Yeah, I give you props on the smashing. That's awesome tech.
I got like 2 minutes left, guys. But it's fun kicking it here with you, Tony. Really appreciate you giving me an interview.
Thank you, man.
So yeah, as soon as Spoofy comes back, I would love to duel against this because I gotta get this on YouTube. This will be fun for my nature. Anyway, this is me, Stun064. I'm out. Later, guys. Peace. Oh, shout outs. Any quick shout outs? You have a minute. Go.
I have a minute. Oh, God. Shout out to Eminem, Drake, Asher Roth, Kid Cudi, and Kendrick Lamar, my top 5 rappers. Shout out to myself for also being a rapper. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my stuffed cat Snip, that's my best friend. Shout out to George Velasquez for letting me use his build that we built together, that he kind of built, and then I showed him mine and we discussed things.
20 seconds.
Shout out to Jesus and God, and shout out to my team, 2 Meats, 2 Sides, with Manny and Nizar and Derv and Nizar and Sean. I think I said one of them already twice. And shout out to Pee Wee.
Alright, guys. That was it. Hey, guys. Peace.
You're gonna spit some rhymes or something, man?
ReverbNation.com/RAIOH.
What place did you finish again? What place did you finish again?
Top fourth.
Fourth?
We split in top four, or in third and fourth, and we sold the prize card, but I lost. So.
All right, guys, you heard it. That was the 4th place windup deck that did extremely well. I give props to Tony for his build and then his text. Shadow Slayer from Team Sentinel. We're out.